Wanda Godfrey, 629194.
All right. I'm going to give you a brief explanation of the process and then we'll begin. I'm going to read some information into the record, ask you to verify it. I'm going to give you a chance to speak. We're going to ask the warden there or the deputy for any information about your behavior there. We'll take comments and then we'll conduct an interview. Your case has been assigned to me. So I'm going to go ahead and start it up. Today we have for parole consideration Ms. Wanda Godfrey, DOC 629194, who's a second felony offender, who was convicted of aggravated second-degree battery on April 26, 2022, and sentenced to serve 7 years hard labor in Ouachita Parish. Your parole eligibility date is September 20th of 2025. Your good time date is January 6th of 2027, and your full term date is June 20th of 2027. Does that information sound correct to you, Ms. Godfrey?
Yes, sir.
All right. So it's your turn to speak now. Tell us what you did to get yourself to 7 years and end up in jail, and what you've done while in jail to help yourself better yourself to get out, and why should we release you? Why do you think you should be released on parole?
I was in a verbal yet physical altercation with a female I know. We started to argue a whole weekend and it ended up in a fight with a knife. I was cut and she was cut. As we fought, I took the knife from her some kind of way, but she got cut and she went to the hospital. And I came to jail. I feel I should be let out. I mean, I've learned my lesson. I know now I cannot take the law into my own hands. And I'm really trying to get home to my mom, 78 years old, and I have a son.
Okay. What have you done while you're in jail? What kind of classes you've taken? What kind of rehabilitative things you've done?
I've taken 2 classes, parenting and risk management, and I'm now in work release. I've been there for 3 years.
Jail staff, do you have any information regarding her behavior there or her completions there that you can add?
Yes, sir. When she first came back in 2021, she has a few minor incidents, but then since 2022 till now, her record is perfectly clean. She served as a trustee back in our laundry warehouse for 6 months before moving to work release program in 22, and she's been there for over 3 years without a single incident. Sergeant Misty May of the work release program highly recommends her and thinks she's one of our better workers.
Thank you for your input there. All right, we have no other people wanting to testify on Zoom for or against, but we do have some opposition from law enforcement community. The district attorney's office in Ouachita is opposed to her release. The sheriff in Ouachita is opposed to her release. The chief of police in Ouachita is opposed to her release. The attorney general for the state of Louisiana is opposed to her release. So there is some opposition to this parole. I have a question for you. Why did you stab the lady? What was, you said y'all was in a fight, but why did it end up all the way to stabbing and cutting?
Well, she came out her pocket with a knife and she cut me right along my chest, and I ended up taking it from her, thinking I threw it, but I didn't. In the midst of everything, I cut her back.
And where were you cut?
Right here in my chest.
One cut?
Yes, sir.
How many times did you cut her?
They said she had 7 lacerations on her shoulder and 2 on her head, like her forehead.
I'm looking at your criminal record, and you've been arrested 24 times for 31 offenses, and 9 were crimes against the person. You had 6 prior terms of supervision, probation or parole, misdemeanor and felony combined, and 4 of them were revoked. Doesn't look like you do too good on supervision. Can you tell me a little bit about what would be different if we put you back on supervision this time?
Yes, sir. I know now I can complete anything, any kind of obstacle I can get. And if it takes me to do anger management when I get out, I will, sir.
Okay. All right, that's all the questions I had. Ms. Stapleton, you have any questions? Mr. Prater, do you have any questions?
Questions?
No questions? All right, I guess the board's ready to vote, and I'll make the first vote. Ms. Godfrey, I cannot grant parole today based on strong law enforcement opposition, the violent nature of this crime, and the prior criminal record with 4 periods of supervision that have been revoked. You just don't have the record for it.
I concur with Mr. Barra.
Mr. Prater?
I concur.
All right, Ms. Godfrey, today your parole request has been denied.